Hello, and welcome back to another magnificent episode with yours truly, Gia. And if you are new here, welcome. I am the clear channel for Mother Agua and the Marcadians. And if you are curious to know who is that, what is that, everything is linked below in the description box to my website and to all my social media platforms, which are Opulence with Gia. I'm very excited to record this episode. And this is going to be more of a conversation, insights, and just yes, it's going to be a deep, raw, real insight conversation on, things that I'm finding again that are shifting, things that the new wave and the new energies are bringing, and how the old is collapsing when it comes to relationships. And I'm not talking about relationships to external things. I'm talking about relationship to oneself and the source. So very recently, I had a photo shoot done, and the beautiful makeup artist and hairdresser there were just speaking to me. They were asking me just questions about like my partner and my relationship and, all this sweet talk we were doing. Um, And I just said, I don't really care to be married. I don't care to be a settled woman. I would be very happy with just cats and lovers. I would be. I'd be very happy with cats and lovers. And they immediately responded and said, "Oh, this generation, they don't want to settle. This generation, they're different. They can't even commit. They're confused." And then boom, my light bulb went on and I said, "Oh my goodness, the new wave, which is a new energy, new frequency, and this has nothing to do with your age, by the way. It does not. It has to do with your awareness. If you are aware and awake, you are the new age, you are the new wave." Um, we probably look so confused to people, the new wave on how we do relationships, because the old mechanism in relationships in society was settling. Find a woman or a man, get married, and just settle. Just stay there, build, nurture, compromise, and all of that. I'm gonna call it an inverted triangle, to be honest, right? Because not many are happy in those relationships, but they chose to stay because of shame, shame and disappointment and guilt, and all the not so loving emotions. The reality is, the new wave is so committed, it's more committed than any other generation we have seen walk this planet. We are so committed to ourselves. We are a number one priority, and we are not disturbed and bothered by external opinions. If you feel like you need a woman that can stay home, cook for you, have your children, you're looking for that really stay-at-home wife, but you keep dating women that don't want that. They want to build empires, they want to travel, they're more free bird or free soul to say. And they're not just saying yes to you in fear of not finding love, in fear of not finding partner, in fear of not finding stability. It's because they're so committed to themselves. And that, of course, is coming off as confused to, I'm just going to say, the old paradigm. And everyone that's living in the old paradigm, they, of course, don't understand it. So they think we are confused. We are not confused. We just know the truth. And the truth is, there's nothing more valuable than a relationship to yourself, because a relationship to yourself is a relationship that you have to the source, because you are the vessel, the temple for the divine source, for your highest self to reside in. So no, we will not say yes to things out of fear. We will not do things to settle and compromise. And no, we're not going to be lonely, and we're not going to be left, you know, yeah, alone to die off or whatever, right? We are content and we're very happy, and we're all about making memories, having the experience, and we are not afraid to lean in 100%, 100% with our heart on our sleeves. We are not afraid of that. Every time we walk into a relationship, we're like, oh, we're having so much fun. I'm excited. It's joyful. We're not looking at the outcome. Oh, will this land in a marriage for me? Oh, will this land like this? Now, yes, as human, we're all curious to know how this will land. How will this relationship work out? If we do decide to be in a romantic relationship, we are curious, but we don't allow it to hold us back. We don't allow it to hold us back. We keep going. And the person that is fit for you, they will calibrate to your frequency. And if it's meant to you, they will calibrate to your frequency. Anything that's not meant for you will just drop off the grid. And then boom, you go into your new chapter with your new characters. I know you're not alone. You're content. You have yourself. And this whole dynamic of moving forward in relationships, because the truth is, you carry external relationships the way you carry the relationship with yourself. And if you cannot commit to yourself and you cannot be happy within yourself and you are not accepting and open to, I want to say, the world and the experiences, unfortunately, you will always find lack in every relationship then. Always. So when we are in a relationship, and if you just observe, and I'm talking about romantic ones here, if you just observe couples, the strongest couples and the most stable and grounded couples exist because individually, both of the individuals are very content and happy humans. They're not insecure. They're not jumping up back and forth off the walls. They're on the same page and they're constantly calibrating to each other's frequency and moving forward. So it's not about, oh, we like the same kind of movies. Oh, we like to eat the same foods. No, it's about frequency. The relationships that are the healthiest are because they're at the same frequency. It has nothing to do with opposites attract, likeness attract. It has nothing to do with that. It's your frequency. So if you don't have a great relationship to yourself, you will not be able to execute any relationship, period. And I know that came off very, very direct, but that's how it's meant to come off. Because I'm finding it a lot in conversations that unfortunately, a lot of people are buying into stability and feeling secure versus feeling sovereign, versus feeling themselves, being true to themselves. They just want to feel secure all the time and validated. And yes, that's a need. I'm not going to brush that away. Like that's very comforting to know that you have an individual there. It's very comforting to know you're loved, that you have stability. It's very comforting. But are you truly being yourself? Or are you giving your partner what they just want? Because, oh, you're in a relationship, so you must compromise your commitments to yourself. The goal here and how the new wave is moving in relationships is they're not asking questions like, first of all, will this person like marry me? They're not connected to that. They're in it for the now moments, the present. They're in it for the experience and they're in it for the ride. We are here for the ride. That's it. And the outcome will be as it's meant to be. So that is where society is having a really hard time digesting the new way of being. And of course, I've always said this, and this is my personal opinion. You do not need to accept this. I'm not making a statement here. Just want to point that out before I upset anybody. I actually don't believe in marriage. And I'm not saying that I will not be married one day. I will be married one day. I know that. That's in the books for me. That is a truth for me to my divine king. But I don't think it's a destination. I don't think so. It feels really old paradigm. It almost feels like, because, okay, I'm going to give an example here. If you really go back in time when marriage was invented, by the way, marriage was invented by us. It was invented by the law. That's why when we say daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law, because by law, that is your relationship to them. So it was to inherit property. And all around the world, a lot of cultures started looking at women like property. Like we can own this property. And that's where everything kind of got distorted, right? Because originally we had sacred unions, sacred unions. We're meant to be in sacred unions, whether they're a one night stand, because that is maybe the only kind of energy exchange you need from this individual, whether they last a couple of months, years, lifetimes, it does not matter. It is your experience, it is your soul contract, it is your divine union with this being. And it's so important to be in it, to be present in it in the now moments, because either it's a lesson we're learning or it's a blessing. But either way, it's a blessing. Lessons, experiences, the joyfulness, whatever it may be, everything is a blessing end of the day. It's anointing us to our next level because relationships highlight such depths within us. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time, and especially in marriages, right? Where people are just hanging out for the sake of hanging out, but the relationship is stale. It's done. The contract is actually over. The sacred contract is completed. But then you're dragging it along and then nothing's working out for you because, of course, the energies are done. It needs to be reset. And this is where the new wave understands this. Okay, this is no longer working out for me. This feels stale. It's not energizing me. It's not serving my highest good. I must reset. I must go on and end this sacred contract with this person I've had. Because the sacred union we have is with oneself and the divine source. And then everything else is a mirror, is a mirror. And going back to topic that I don't really care for marriage, I feel like it's all about sacred unionships. I feel like marriage is a really, really old paradigm. We don't own people. We're all sovereign beings. And in the marriage, quote unquote marriage, either of the spouses can end at any time. Like you can literally wake up tomorrow and be like, sorry, I found someone else or I want to do something else and move on. So marriage is such an illusion when it comes to stability. Getting married does not buy you stability. It does not guarantee you a lifetime of happiness. It does not. By law, it just guarantees that you can just basically take a portion of their company or land or whatever they own, or you can split it and whatever that is, right? But it's for law. It was never for humanity. And I know a lot of people get their feathers kind of ruffled when I say this because they're like, oh, it's in the Bible, it's in every religious text. Okay, the Bible, religious texts. I mean, come on, right? We know what's happening there. We're not oblivious. And of course, you can get married. I'm not bashing married people or marriage. You can be married. You can. But I'm just saying the reasons why people end up getting married are not the same reasons the new wave will get married. Absolutely not. No. The reasons of marriage with the new wave will be completely different. It will be all about building. It will all about be about strength, evolution. It will not be about staying safe. We don't care to be safe because we are safe within our bodies and ourselves. And we are our own grand protectors. And we are so committed with the relationship with ourselves, and we will not allow anything to interfere in that. And that is why we see such a up level in people investing in themselves, right? Going to the gym, yoga, going for more like facials, hair care, doing a lot more investment in self-growth and personal development versus like paying matchmakers and being on dating apps and so forth, which is all fun because it's a part of an experience. Everything is just a experience. And if you can lean 110% into your experience and get the anointing you require, you will be literally unstoppable. Because, like I said, relationships show you your deepest wounding. Are you constantly running to your partner for validation? That could be codependency. Do you constantly need to be in a relationship? That could be, dysregulation in emotional health. There's so many more. I could list like thousands and thousands, but the new wave is moving different, and we're moving more in sacred unions versus marriage and stability and safety. We're moving through experiences, joy, and life, and we're leaning 100% into it because we already feel safe with us. Like I belong to me. That's how I feel, right? Even though by law one day I may be someone's wife, daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, but I still belong to me. And that is my number one priority. That is my number one priority, and it always will be. Always will be. And I think it's so important to have these conversations too. If you are in a relationship romantically with your partner, how do you feel? Not only about the relationship, but on a personal level too. Like, do you feel good? Are you calm and collected? What are your personal goals? It's all about the kinds of experiences you want to enjoy together versus just creating safety nets and codependency on each other. It's about thriving as individuals and coming together in a partnership in a sacred union and blessing each other's lives and the planet. Okay, well, this was short and sweet. I'm definitely going to wrap this up now because I think I've said more than enough. And please do like, comment, and subscribe and let me know how this resonated, or if it did not resonate. If you want to let me know what's up and give me a fresh perspective, I'm definitely open to that as well. Do let me know. I do want to end this podcast by letting everyone know I am running a flash sale on the Akashic record readings. They are originally priced at $222, but I'm currently offering them at $97 only. And to be a part of that, you must actually be on my email list, which is linked in the bio below. You can also find it on Instagram. It is a free meditation. Once you sign up for the free meditation, you get on the list and you will receive the email for the flash sale. The flash sale is running the last week of April, so it's only running for 5 days. And I don't know why I've been nudged to offer this, but I have been nudged to offer it. So there you go. I love you all so, so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and showing me so much love and appreciation as always. Keep thriving and smiling. Until next time.